Yeah, to just wanted to focus on the greenness of masturbation. And before we go into that, I'd like to just advise that just like you going into what a religion class, I'll advise you kind of literally leave your slippers outside as we dive into this particular subject. Um, Basically, masturbation is just, a simple way of having pleasure of yourself, to kind of take off a sexual tension or whatever that is building up in you. Now, masturbation is nothing to feel guilty or ridiculed about because it will shock you that even in the world population, 98% of both women and men masturbate. And as we speak now, even on the Monday morning, it will shock you that almost 62% or more than that are actually masturbating today. And you realize that in our society, people kind of frown on masturbation for very dubious reasons. So I like to tackle this one from the point of a religious set. And in my country, Christianity happens to be the kind of chunk. So I just dive into that aspect. Now, when we come to our churches, and people try to preach about masturbation and all that, they don't have any factual basis on the aspect as to why masturbation is good or bad. They always polish it as bad. And here is the case: there's no evidence in the Bible that makes mention of masturbation as being good or bad. And anything that kind of imposes on human reasoning is very dangerous. I mean, the ability of a human being to reason on his own derives what we call truth, and with truth, you can go anywhere. Now, most of the justification is that anything that you do that perhaps is not in gratification of God is a sin. Fair enough. The point is that you can also masturbate and kind of being in the good spirit that hey, nyame medawase in my local parlance. This is so because perhaps you prevented yourself from raping somebody in society, raping a 4-year-old, 6-year-old, and that kind of thing, to just masturbate to release that stress off. That alone is gratification in its own aspect. Now, let's also come back to what masturbation also kind of does to us. Now, masturbation releases what tension from you. It also helps you to what sleep better. It also what helps you to kind of feel relaxed. It also helps you to kind of build up courage to do certain things that what you can do, or perhaps kind of feel very very sluggish to do. And you realize that in the health benefit aspect, masturbation kind of people have kind of made kind of a jokey or way, but people say that if you kind of masturbate or ejaculate 21 times in a month, you are on your way towards being a prostate cancer free person. So that is just by the way, nobody has to make you feel guilty for the fact that you masturbate or all that, because everybody does it. It's a natural thing that occurs in any human growth. So never be ridiculed. Okay, we are all the same. The pastor, the whoever, they've all been through it before. So it's just a natural stage that perhaps might take it effect. But the fact of the matter is that too much of everything is bad. So stay advised and healthy.